All right, we're going to be talking about the Count Bishops.
Squeeze me, baby.
1975. Well, that's the Count Bishops British band, and this is Chiswick Records #1. Let's see, can you see that? There's without the glare on an angle. Chiswick Records #1, 1975. And this band was started by a guy named Mike Spenser, who I had the pleasure of meeting and hanging out with for a while. Real good guy, real passionate about rock and roll. But he was originally a New Yorker, and he moved to England maybe in 69, 71, around there. He wasn't having the hippie scene, and there was no good music happening for him. So he left right before the Dolls and the resurgence of good rock and roll was happening in New York. But he went to England and started this band a few years later. And this is just heavy, like proto-punk, pub rock before pub rock, or right around pub rock. Fantastic band. And he was the original singer, and he left the band. But I met Mike Spence. Yeah, he was in a band. I don't even remember how I hung out, and we were hanging out with him, and I feel like we were backstage. I don't know if I saw the Cannibals. He was in a band called the Cannibals. This is a comp here, trash comp, which Mike Spencer might even put out. But there's the Cannibals. He's the guy with the gun in one hand and the cigarette in the other. I don't remember seeing the Cannibals, so I just, my memory's a little hazy. Maybe it was, we went to go see the Cynics, the garage rock band from like the 80s, 90s from Pennsylvania in England. I don't really remember, but I was hanging out with him, and he's a nut, like crazy nut, like just loves talking, and I was eating it all up. The guy's smart. I think he's known as the guy who coined the term trash rock, and thus the trash here. And he put out the Trash LPs, which I have on the Trash box set, which is just all 60s dirty garage rock from America. And I think this is 5 CDs, and these are the little repros of the records. And this is just a wonderful box set. I think it's 5 CDs. 5 CDs, a book, and a poster. But this is a great starter kit for lo-fi garage rock. And he also, just like 3 years ago, put out Just a Bad Dream box set. And this is on, I think, Cherry Red. And this is 60 British garage and trash nuggets, 1981 to 89. So this is the renaissance of the garage rock resurgence in England. And I think it's got some psychobilly on here. It's got a little like psych tracks and just straight out trash rock, not like retro garage rock or whatever you want to call it. But wonderful box set for an American, because I'm never going to find these singles, and I'm probably never going to look for them. But pretty cool. And let me play another Count Bishops record. This one goes under the name Bishops. This is a 6-inch record. This little tiny thing, if you can see that on Chiswick, cool label. But this little tiny thing, little kids on it, is probably one of the heaviest records I own. You put this on, man, the roof will start shaking. You'll have a house party like you wouldn't believe. But dig this song. This is a total move over Black Sabbath. I think this is 1978. Starting to shake. makes me wonder if Malcolm McLaren had this song in his head when he had Bow Wow Wow cut it. I mean, he probably knew the '60s song, but maybe this made it so it was fresh in his mind. But Count Bishop's cut, their first record, Mike Spenser left the band. And this is kind of like in between years. I think the guitar player, I think his name is Zen DeFleur, although it's a different name on here. He's doing the singing. And this is on Dynamite Records, which I never heard of. I think it's out of Amsterdam. And if you can see that, very thin record. But let's just hear a track of this. This one's pretty lo-fi. We'll do 33. This is the Fleetwood Mac cover, Earl Vince and the Valiants cover, or they just call it Somebody on this record, but lo-fi. Lo-fi, trashy. Not the best produced record, but cool. And you see that the cross between the early 70s and the late 70s happening right here. That's that. Then they cut the brilliant first album when they got the lineup solidified. And this is 1977 Chiswick. And what's really cool is the singer they got is Dave Tice, who's the singer we know from Buffalo, from Australia, the heaviest band Australia ever put out, Buffalo, and one of the heaviest bands, like right next to Sabbath, like 70s metal, stoner rock. And Dave Tice joined the band, and I think Paul Balby might have been the drummer from Buffalo too. So how the two Australians came over and joined this band, but killer. And they started writing songs. Most of the stuff is covers. This is the Kinks here. But they did a lot of R&B covers, 50s rock and roll, and even some 60s garage rock like the Standells and obviously the Kinks. Let's see. Little blues. Now we're getting like pub rock territory. Like Dr. Feelgood a little. But heavier, rougher, dirtier. But anyway, that's Chiswick Records. And other record I have, which is fantastic, is the live record. And that's good too. It's got the covers and the originals. Sometimes Good Guys Don't Wear White, Don't Stop Me Talking, original. Another Kinks song on here. Let's see what we got. We'll just put a sample on for a minute. Let's see, try to find it. Sing a from Buffalo. All right, that's it, man. Count Bishop's great band.